for 6 months! And it's finally here! Whoa! It's beautiful! Oh my gosh! I'm 5 minutes late for my program! Oh, I'm sorry if I kept you waiting. Whoa. Alright. My name's Ben Goldner, and I've been a mushroom enthusiast for the last 4 years. And I love mushrooms. And today we're going to be going on a wonderful mushroom hike that I have for us today. But first, before we start, I think you might need to know a little bit about mushrooms. Alright. Because I have some words that some of you might not know. This is my friend, his name is Jeff. When I say the mushroom cap, I will talk about this part. When I say the mushroom stalk, I will be talking about this part of the mushroom. And when I talk about the underside, or gills, or pores, I'll be talking about the underside of the cap, of the gills or pores that are underneath the cap. Alright? Okay. If you follow me this way, we can start our mushroom hike. And I'd like you all to think about what's the most popular, most well-known mushroom that you can think of. And as we head out there, let's think about that, okay? Yeah. So what's the first mushroom that you think of?
Portobello.
The portobello?
I think they're the ones in storybooks with the red top and the white dots.
Oh. Okay. What else?
Honey mushroom.
The honey mushroom, yeah. Well, the first mushroom we're going to be talking about are gilled mushrooms. And I believe the storybook mushroom is the gilled one too. So we're going to be talking about mushrooms with gills on them, on the bottom, the underside. But before we do that, let's think about the mushroom. So, who here thinks the mushroom is the entire organism? Yeah? What if I told you that there's a whole other section to the organism? In fact, what if I told you that the mushroom is just the fruiting body of the organism? So if a mushroom or the mushroom were an apple tree, the mushroom would just be the apple. Kind of like that. Alright? So, this is what a gilled mushroom will sort of look like. Now, I find beauty in this. Who here finds beauty in the mushrooms that we see? Yeah? I also find beauty in this. I find a lot of cool, unique things about this mushroom. What do you think's beautiful about this mushroom?
The texture?
The texture? Yeah. I enjoy the texture of mushrooms. I also really enjoy the color, especially like this. Yeah. You can see the gills on the underside too. But I really love the yellow that's here. And I love how unique all of these mushrooms can be. From the species level, even to the individual. Now, that's kind of like us, right? We're unique from each other. Now, one thing that is very cool about mushrooms, specifically the gilled mushrooms, because I think it's better this way, is that mushrooms can have something called a spore print. Oh, bike. Mushrooms can have a spore print. What does this remind us of? How does this relate to us? Who thinks they know? Yeah. Our fingerprints. And like these spore prints, they're unique to the individual mushroom. And these are something that we all can do. It's actually really quite fun. So what you do is you take the cap of the mushroom, you put it on a piece of tin foil or paper, and then what you do, and you put it upside down. So just like that on the paper. And you'll put a glass over it, and you'll put a few drops of water on top of the cap. And within about 24 hours, all of the spores will have dropped from the gills, and it'll give you this beautiful spore print. But gilled mushrooms aren't the only ones that have spore prints. There are some mushrooms that have pores or tubes that can give you the same thing, and it'll look something like this. This one kind of freaks me out a little bit. That's why I like the gilled ones better. All right.
Looks like
As
a donut.
we,
Looks like a donut.
It does look like a donut, yeah. As we head to our next stop, let's think about a mushroom that might not be a mushroom. What is something that you can think of that we find to be in the fungus family that's not in the fungus family, but we do associate with mushrooms? All right? Okay. If you were thinking about slimes or jellies or even crust-like mushrooms, you may have been correct. Now, recently, they have completely taken slimes, jellies, and crust-like mushrooms completely out of the fungus family. They are no longer mushrooms. But I love them equally, and so we will talk about them. The one behind me right here, if you all can see, this is called yellow fairy's cup. Who here thinks the yellow fairy cup is beautiful? The colors are nice. If you look really closely, you can see that each and every dot is a cup shape, and it comes in like that. But there are other slimes and jellies that I would like to show you, and hopefully we'll see today. This first one is called wolf's milk slime. Wolf's milk slime. You'll see it in two different colors. The first one is pink, and you'll see the wolf's milk slime in pink during the beginning of fall. The reason why it turns into this gray color is because it is making spores inside itself. If you were to open up a wolf's milk slime during the summer, you'd find, or early fall, you'll find that it is a gooey pink substance. But now you might find that it's a purple powdery substance. That's what I think makes them unique from all the others, is that even slimes like this, the same effect happens. This is called scrambled egg slime. Because it looks like scrambled eggs. And even this one, an orange jelly.
Which one did I do?
We got a walker.
Hello. Hi.
These slimes and jellies will grow hard as fall comes into winter. And what's different is that these pores, or that there is no pores, and that the spores will come off as someone or something disturbs it right inside. Just like that. So that is one of them. You might spot some over here, and we'll see some more on the trail too as we head out. When we go and talk about our next type of mushroom, let's think about what might not have gills, what mushroom might not even have a stalk. Alright? What mushroom could that be? Who thinks they might know what mushroom does not need to have a stalk? Oh, are you okay? Alright.
Get off the edge.
Does not need to have a stalk, nor does it sometimes not have gills. What mushroom might that be? You might see it behind me.
On the
It is a shelf mushroom. I'm gonna keep it down.
Look at yourself. You know what it is now.
As you can see on the back. Shelf mushroom. There's no gills on the back.
That's cool.
Yeah. There's a name for mushrooms without gills. And more specifically, mushrooms that have pores and tubes. It does look like bread. I'm gonna keep that. That is called, if I can find it, a polypore. Polypores don't have to be shelf mushrooms. There are some stalked mushrooms. There are even some mushrooms that look like gilled mushrooms, but they're not. They're something totally different. They're called a polypore. There are even shelf mushrooms that have gills. We saw the oyster. What makes them beautiful to you? This one is called a turkey's tail. You might have seen these before. This is a turkey's tail. What makes this mushroom beautiful to you? Yeah. I think it's beautiful because of the bands that surround it.
Yeah, the rings.
The rings, yeah.
Different levels.
And that they can have different levels too, yeah. That's what I find beautiful with them. There's a lot of different types of shelf mushrooms. And the diversity of shelf mushrooms is rather unique.
How do you determine which are safe to eat?
I don't know if there's any shelf mushrooms that are safe to eat, but I don't think that I am professional enough to choose whether or not which one's safe to eat or not.
Yeah, I had to ask.
Yeah. There are a few that I can identify, like chicken of the woods. Yeah, but that's just about it. I like to take pictures of them.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah,
pretty.
they are. Yeah. All right. As we head to our last stop, which is maybe about 30 feet away, so you have like 20 seconds to think of the answer. What is a mushroom that releases its pores upwards? What's a mushroom that releases its pores upwards. All right. Who thinks they have the answer? Yeah?
Puffball?
It is a puffball. Now, there was one behind me right here, but it's kind of hard to see, so I'll pass this picture around. There are many different types of puffballs.
Have you ever eaten one?
I have not. I have not had the privilege to eat them.
Alright.
Yeah. There are many different types of puffballs, and they come in many different sizes. Looks like an egg. I have a fun little exercise that we can do. If you want to participate, you are welcome to.
I'm gonna.
Doesn't know what's happening. Do it anyway.
The exercise, or activity I should say, you are going to tell me how big you think a puffball can get by blowing up this balloon. Now, you don't have to do this, so
I'm gonna do it.
if you want to, you can.
Gage, are you going to take one?
You are going to blow up the balloon until you figure out how big a puffball gets. No? Yeah?
I won't give it away.
All right.
We got another one that needs
How big does a puffball get?
Did you can we blow a balloon?
Do the balloons go big enough?
I hope I don't pop it. I'm gonna pop it probably. Maybe this? Maybe this high?
Okay.
Yeah, that could be.
Well, this side.
Too
Too much? Not enough? Not enough.
You don't have to touch it.
Tie it up. They just lost.
Very.
Very.
See, I only seen them like that, so.
Wow. Even some in our yard never did take. Okay. Hey, cool.
Impressive, yeah.
Who thinks they're ready?
Ready, buddy?
Yeah?
I'm ready. Okay, ready.
Yeah?
I think probably blue.
All right. Tyler,
Yes.
I'm sorry, but that is not how big a puffball can get.
Very good.
Oh.
A puffball can get larger than that.
Well, mine is the lowest.
That's the lowest. It was a really great guess. I think the person who's the closest is you. Now, sadly, I have given you an activity that doesn't demonstrate how big a puffball actually can get.
Aww.
I know, it's my fault.
It's okay, buddy.
It can get about this big.
Wow.
Yeah. I believe it's called the Western Puffball. And all different types of puffballs can get to specific sizes. And the ones that we'll be seeing today are roughly about this big. Now, I personally don't find puffballs to be that beautiful. But I do find beauty in the uniqueness of how they release their spores. As winter comes, the puffball will open up the top of its cap. Just like that. And we'll see them exactly like this today. And when you disturb them, or an animal disturbs them, they will release into a spore fog, as you may say, up into the air. And that is quite the cool sight to see, and we'll see that today too, which is what I'm really excited about. All right, I need someone to do a drum roll for me. The moment you've all been waiting for. We are all gonna go on a fun mushroom hunt. Right behind me. Okay. If you don't think that you are fit to walk off the board plank, I can bring you mushrooms and show you some and take them up here. But we will all explore the plank trail of Schmeeckle to find wonderful mushrooms. And if you find one that you think's really cool, yell it out, because I could probably show you something really cool that it does. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Let's go! Oh, I should say one thing. If you find what looks like a trap or a set trap, that is something that the Natural Resource Department of UWSP is doing, and it is a research project, so I would just leave that alone, okay?
I'm going.
There's a fungus that likes to grow with downed trees and wood, and it stains the wood blue. And here are the roots of it. Right underneath.
Oh, there's one of the traps.
And then here's some more shells.
There's some. Lily, I found
I
something.
figure that's what all
There's a
these
white one here
ribbons are about.
on the end, right here.
Everyone wants to see a puffball. They can head over here. Oops, I'm sorry.
Alex, come here.
It'll be on this side.
This is for a puffball.
Oh yes.
So these are the puffballs, and they're all right here. And so let me get out of the way.
Alex, don't get close. Look, puffin.
Whoa.
Puffin.
Yeah, there's a bunch all over the tree here.
Hold on, buddy. Hold on.
Yeah, you can try them. Oh, good, good. So, as we head back, let's think more on how the diversity and the beauty of mushrooms can connect more to us, okay? What are some other ways that these mushrooms, their diversity and beauty can connect to us? Well, I hope you all enjoyed this mushroom hike that we went on. I have a little takeaway for you all. You get a mushroom scavenger hunt and a mushroom coloring page. So, they're for you. You get to take them home. Yeah. You're welcome.
I've seen those. Let's see, what are these?
Do you want one?
I'll take the mushroom scavenger. Yes, with the pictures. Sure.
No, that's scrambled eggs.
So that's the chicken.
Scrambled egg slime.
Yep.
Kind of the word
I think we saw this one over by the boys' home.
Oh, those?
Morels.
Well, I'd like to end my time by telling you all that you are all beautiful too, just like the mushrooms that we saw today. and that we are all unique, just like the mushrooms that we saw today. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
If you have any questions, I'd love to stay behind and talk to you, okay?